it's once again time to share our well-known fable in our simple pantomime. So this year, the tale of Mr. Scrooge that starts on Christmas Eve. We go into his office bare, where Scratch is on his knees.
I work from dawn to early dusk to earn my meager pay. But Uncle Scrooge seems not to care as I just waste away. I add up figures in his books. The money's rolling in, but spending it he can't abide. Looks on it as a sin. Now the fire's nearly out, the coal's burnt away. I'm sure old Scrooge expects me now to work on Christmas Day.
Scratch it! Get down to your books. The day's not over yet, and now that it's Christmas Eve, you'll want your payout back. You never really earned this cash. You cost me fuel and light. Perhaps it's time you left this place and went out in the night.
It's Christmas time, dear Uncle Scrooge. Why can't you please be merry? Tomorrow, won't you join with us a glass of Christmas sherry?
Humbug, humbug, I can't abide. Days of losing piles of cash, I think it's a crime. So get you gone, you idle wretch, and I'll leave you to your fate. And when this humbug's over, you better not be late.
I am a victim of these times. No shoes, no coat, no money. Will you please lend me 50 pence?
Stop trying to be funny.
My wife is ill, my children weak. There's no food on our table.
You know, it's no good asking me for help when there's others more able. Go to Jacob Marley's house. You'll find a loaf of bread.
Where can I find this truffle chap?
You can't, you fool. He's dead.
It's no good asking Scrooge for help. It's no for being mean. His goal is set to reach the roof. The tides have seen. It never lived house he owns. It's true what people say. Man was wealth. It's fuel to fill my belly. And if it was invented, I'd buy a colored tally. Gambling cost me everything, my family and home. I had to take a Christmas job as a Santa's garden gnome.
Now we go to Scrooge's house. It's dark and black as sin. Do you think he'll be there? He's always in. Look at all my piles of dough, my little heaps of money. I'll sting people for their cash. Oh yes, my future's sunny. Pa, I see the fire's gone out. I will away to bed. What? I thought I heard a noise. It must be in my head. But no, I hear these clanking chains. They're here behind this door. Who is it at this time of night that drags it on the floor? There's no time to run and hide. An apparition night. The ghost of old Bob Marley singing.
No woman, no cry. I am condemned to haunt the night, a spirit, as you see, because I shot the sheriff, but not the deputy. Scrooge, you must remember me, back from our business days.
Bob Marley, surely you're dead.
And you must mend your ways. When we were young, you worked with me at fleecing of the sailors.
Bob Marley, tell me your fate.
I've gone and joined the whalers. Now don't start getting on at me. I've not been at it long. They gave me all these heavy chains. I'm sure they've got it wrong. I have to clang and clank about. It really is a bore. I even had a try at walking through a solid door. I went into my local pub to try and ease my care. I couldn't even get a drink. They don't serve spirits there. I'm weighted down with chains of lead to represent my sin. I must stop your present fall into this trap I'm in. This night, 3 ghosts will visit you. You must do as they tell, unless you want to gain these chains and join me down in hell.
Marley, humbug! I knew him till he died. 3 spirits calling. What a farce, I'm sure that vision lied. The clock is struck, and I was right. No truth in what he said.
Don't let him too much, old Scrooge. Have you looked at your bed?
I am the ghost of Christmas past. There's plenty we must see. We have an hour of memories, so come on, fly with me. I'll show you all your childhood dreams, the fun you always had. Along with that, I'll show you things that help to turn you bad. Look and learn, Scrooge. See your youth laid out before your eyes. Is it happiness we see? There's no more time for lies.
When Scrooge was young and innocent, he had a pair of sisters. They made cash from blackmail with a pair of nasty twisters. They hatched a plan to make some cash and rule with rods of fear. They tramped through the cities at night and drank 4 pints of beer. When they found people all alone, they threatened them with pain. So people tried to say welfare. They tried not to complain.
I have a brilliant master plan. At last, I think we'll crack it. I'm going to start the very first fear protection racket. All we do is find a man and ask him for his dosh.
And if he decides not to pay?
I'll hit him with my kosh. This way lies money. Trust me now. Let's go and find a geezer. Then when we've sorted the plan, we'll go teach the young Ebenezer.
But don't you think he's rather young to live this life of crime?
Don't be such a moaning man. This is a pantomime. I know I'm right. Just wait and see. I'll teach him all our tricks.
And thus, young Ebenezer, you got your early kicks. You let the money rule your youth. You never enjoyed life. And now you've ended up alone. No family or wife.
But spirit, please think on. What is it I have learned? Let women near your money, you'll get your fingers burnt. Spending it on clothes and shoes, they never find it hard. If they don't have the cash on hand, they put it on the card.
Now, it's time for me to go. Remember what I say. There was a time when you were pleased upon a Christmas day.
Humbug, humbug. To me, the thought of seeing ghosts is silly. I see the fire's gone out. I will away to bed. She looks just like a Christmas tree with all those colored balls.
I'm the second spirit here, the ghost of Christmas present. Think this season should be full of feasts, of eating goose and pheasant.
I never buy that fancy food. I just like beans and curry. That's why I keep my staircase clear in case I have to.
Oh, Scrooge, you're a soulless man. Let's go see life on this day. We only have an hour, old man, so please do not delay. We go to see the Scratch-It clan. They fight to make ends meet. They have a crippled living there with twisted, withered feet. His name is Tiny Tim, you know. How have you made him such?
When he came around the other day, I stole his wooden crutch. I needed it immediately to fuel my office fire.
Oh, Scrooge, you're a heartless soul, a thief, a cad, a liar. You see how Scratch-It has to try and make their Christmas great, which certainly is difficult on his poor earning rate. You hardly pay the man at all, his to scrimp and save. Unless you change your ways, old man, he'll find an early grave.
My name to all is Tiny Tim. I'm always weak and sick. I wish that I could go to school. My friends will think I'm thick. But in my dreams, I'll show them all. I'll be a football star. They ask me for my autograph. I'll drive a fancy car. But with one leg, I have no chance. There's nothing left to say. I'm cold. I'm getting blue lips. My father can't afford a fire. If life were better, Tiny Tim, tiptoe through the tulips.
Oh, Bob, your boy's really ill. You tossed and turned all night.
I know, love, but what can I do? I just can't make it right.
You should go tell old Uncle Scrooge to pay you more each week.
Oh no, you'd never understand. My future would be bleak.
I try and make this house look nice. I wash and clean all day. And all you do when you come in is sleep the night away. But why should I just dust and iron? wasting all my Sundays. I deserve to have a rest from all you dirty elves.
I wish you wouldn't argue so, but here you're down the street. Can't you see I need some care and something good to eat? All you do is fuss and moan. Please do give it a rest. What is my Christmas present?
A homemade knitted vest.
I want to live a life of fun, to leave this awful hovel. Go and see Uncle Scrooge.
You know I'll have to grovel.
Damn and creep affect his health. The house is not the best. The cold will surely hurt. Sweet, affect his chest.
Look at the little food they have. Lies sparsely upon the table. They can't afford the decent grub.
Yes, look, a Tesco label. What's that to me? I'm not to blame for the trouble that they're in. Besides, they don't need to eat. Who needs food when they're already thin? I see now, Spirit. That's your game, to make me feel the straw. Now take me home once to bed. I've heard about your sword.
It's Scrooge. The time runs out to mend your wicked ways. Another yet will call on you before the dawn of day.
That spirit was a mournful soul, but cut no ice with me, dressed up in all those colored balls, just like a Christmas tree. But thinking now of Tiny Tim, perhaps I have been mean. It was a very sorry sight, one of the worst I've seen. Struth, the wind's cold tonight. I see the curtains quiver. Who's hiding in the dark?
Scrooge! Now's the time to shiver. I am the ghost of future time. You've heard the clock strike 3. Let us travel through the night. The future you must see.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come?
Yes, I am the dark gatekeeper. The future that awaits you, Scrooge, they call me the Grim Reaper. Look beyond this darkened room. Tell me what appears.
It's Tiny Tim's small rocking chair. The family's in tears. Where has he gone, Bob Scratch's son? Could he be ill in bed?
No, it's thanks to you that Tiny Tim is dead. He went one day to see the carpenter to mend his crutch, but I'm afraid the price he asked was half a crown too much. So Tiny Tim limped from the joiner's shop and headed for the bar.
What happened to Tiny Tim?
Got splattered by a car. His head was full of dreams of work. He went to cross the road. A pity that he hadn't learned to use the green crossbow. He died because you kept him poor, you dreadful skinflint miser. But you have the power to make life good.
Yes, thank you, my advisor. I've learned my lesson and I'll try and mend my ways. I promise I will not be so mean. The spirit's gone. He showed me how to try and mend my ways. I see the dawn come up. It must be Christmas Day. I'll buy a turkey big and fat. I'll only get the best. I like a bit of turkey meat, especially the breast. I'll go and buy toys for Tiny Tim. I'll go and call and scratch it. I'll make their Christmas time a treat. They've not had one to match it. You boy, go get a bird that's ready plucked for roasting. Today is Christmas Day. I must take the champagne to do the toasting.
So Scrooge goes out and buys the bird, some toys for Tiny Tim, and goes to call and scratch it, and brings good cheer to him.
Is it really Uncle Scrooge? You don't want me to work?
No, a sort of business perk. Your wage shall rise, and you shall see that Tiny Tim will need no more.
That is really quite a shock. Dear Uncle, are you sure?
Yes, I have a roasting turkey here. I bought it from a fella.
Make sure you cook it thoroughly. You don't want to salmonella. So, the moral of the tale is here, for all of you to see. Just heed the words the Spirit spoke, not just one but 3. Don't spend your life with selfish thoughts that need putting to the test.
But don't spend all your money, folks. Make sure that you invest.